what a knuckleball is first, right? A lot of people are like, knuckleball, what the heck is that? And I don't blame you. I understand completely. So, a quick tutorial. A conventional pitcher, everybody in the big leagues, but me, is a conventional pitcher, tries to throw the ball in order to impart spin on the baseball at the highest revolution possible. For instance, if a guy wants to throw a curveball, they try to throw the ball and overspin it so tightly that it's able to grip the air and have a downward break. Slider, same way, about cross. A guy who throws a 100-mile-an-hour fastball is throwing a four-seam fastball so that it spins backwards so fast and true that it stays on this plane and he can hit spots throwing 100. So every pitch is made conventionally to impart spin on the baseball to manipulate the break or the action of the ball. Now, a knuckleball is antithetical to that in that I'm trying to take spin completely off. So I'm trying to throw a ball that comes in where you can read the label. And if you've ever seen it on TV, or if you've been fortunate enough to see your buddy throw you one in the backyard, it can look really spooky. And that's sometimes what gives me success, is that a guy sees a pitch that he's never seen. And so I may throw 10 knuckleballs, and they may do 10 different things. And that's what throwing a ball with no spin can do. The air current against the surface area of the baseball, the way that the seams are shaped, maybe it's muggy that day, the weather plays a part. It may do I've thrown balls that, and this is not hyperbole, I assure you. I've thrown balls that have actually done a circle. And it's not me. It's just the way it is. I deliver. I'm the vessel. But it's going to do what it's going to do. And I've been fortunate enough, and I guess in order to win a Cy Young, you have to know what you're doing a little bit. I can throw it for strikes most of the time, and I've worked really hard at trying to do that. And this place has played a part in that. You guys will never know that I've spent countless hours, and I mean countless hours over there at Allen Arena and McQuitty Gym throwing balls off brick walls for days. And then going downstairs and lifting in the weight room and running with Jeff Forehand, the baseball coach. And I mean, this place is special for me. And it's played a part in the Cy Young, and it's played a part in my story, and I'm thankful for that. So, I'm going to throw a couple of balls that are conventional so you can just kind of see, and maybe you'll get to see. It's going to be hard. And I'm not going to throw my best knuckleball because I've had an abdomen surgery recently, and I can't really get after it. But invite me back in a month, and I'll be glad to light him up. So I'm going to throw a couple of balls that are normal, all right? And then I'm going to throw a couple of knuckleballs. Okay, so this first ball will just be a four-seam fastball. What a four-seam fastball is if this is the horseshoe of the baseball, and we refer to this as the horseshoe, you're just placing your two fingers like that, and you're letting it rip. Okay, so this is a fastball. Okay, I need somebody else to come up. If he can't catch a fastball, there's no chance he has that knuckle. Who else we got out there? Anybody? I'm a pretty good fielder. I know that one rolled between my legs, but that was... Okay, another fastball. I'll throw a little bit slower. In a nutshell, you can see that it's got a lot of spin. So I'm just gripping and throwing it. And any of you guys that pick up a baseball in your backyard with your girlfriends or boyfriends, just let it rip. That's a fastball. Here's one more, so you'll have something to compare knuckleball to. Okay, so now I'm going to throw a knuckleball. And to throw a knuckleball, what you do is you take your fingernails. Most people think a knuckleball, you got to put your knuckles on it. Well, that's a misnomer in the sense that I'm digging my fingernails into it. And if you get the book, there's a real good picture on the back. You keep hearing me say, if you get the book. That means go buy the book, right? So on the back of it's got a great picture of the grip, which is kind of cool. Because most people think that you grab your knuckles and just kind of jam them in there. But what you really do is you take your fingernails, and I'm probably the only pitcher on earth that cares about getting manicures. But I get my fingernails in there behind the horseshoe, and I'm not on the seam because, remember, the enemy of the knuckleball is spin. So if I hook into a seam, I might want to rotate it. A perfect knuckleball for me is a ball that I throw that rotates about a half of a revolution, a quarter to a half of a revolution between the time I throw it out of my hand till the time it gets to the catcher. And to be able to feel that takes a lot of time, so I'm not expecting all of you to get it right away. All right? So here's what a knuckleball looks like, and this may be kind of crappy, but I'm going to do my best. Okay. So there's a lot of drama for nothing right there, really. I'll throw you one more, just so you can see that it just doesn't spin as much. And of course, I'm not throwing at full speed, and I'm going to tie up here, and I'm kind of restricted, but when you get on the field and you're throwing this pitch at about 80 miles an hour, it's doing things that you don't think are humanly possible. And that's what makes it so hard to hit. It's just very difficult to throw for strikes. Charlie Huff told me the first day I learned from him, he was one of my mentors, he said, it took me one day to learn how to throw a knuckleball and a lifetime to learn how to throw it for strikes. So that's the key, you know. Bob Uecker said, he was a famous catcher. You guys may know Bob Uecker from some of the Major League movies, but he was a good catcher. He said, the best way to catch a knuckleball is to wait till it stops rolling and just pick it up. And I've had some catchers who have done that, so it's not too fun. So here's my last pitch. This will be my last pitch, and it's going to be a knuckleball, obviously. And so just try to pay attention that it spins less, and then you can all kind of give a fake ooh at the end.